Beautiful.
So yay. Thanks for being here, Anderson. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Sorry I was late. Had an awesome IC where
Woo!
builder gave me a 1.2 listing on the spot and another one he's fixing to build too. Hey,
Woo! I thought, yeah.
good way to start things off.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that? All right. Okay. So I'm Jonathan Zabraki. I'm a realtor just like you guys. I've been a realtor for now close to 15 years. First 2 years, I did really well, but I struggled. 10 million in sales my first year, 14 million my second year. My wife's like, you got to find a different job or a different way to do this. And so I created the complete proven signature system and really the Freedom Club based upon my wife saying like you got to find a different way to do this, and so really all the credit goes to her. But I guess tell me, so that's just awesome. So basically you just made I don't know, probably 40,000 in commission, give or take there.
Oh, probably 80.
So 80,000 in commission. uh, and tell me what your life was like before you interacted with myself, the complete proven signature system, and the Freedom Club. And Ted, tell us who you are and where you're from
Yeah.
and your family and all.
Actually, I'm from Houston, Texas. And yeah, so basically, I've been in real estate in another form or one form or the other for about 6 years, mostly in the investment sector. And about 2 years ago, decided to branch out and really focus on being a realtor and a broker. And I met Jonathan about 10 months ago and got started with his system. Before that 10 months, I had one client, active client, and I had zero leads and I had zero lead sources. I was just kind of going from one lucky random client to the next and didn't really know what I was doing. So I began to humbly search the internet for a different kind of coach, one that is not just a motivational speaker type, and one that actually spends time with you and coaches you and gives you a system. They don't just give you a subscription to some information and try to motivate you. So it took me about 6 months of doing research to find Jonathan and his system. I didn't really believe that existed. But once I found it, I knew that this was what I was looking for. And it's basically A to Z. You want to be successful in residential real estate, and you want it to be fun and have time for your family and not be going crazy all the time. Here's a system. If you plug and play and if you do the work, you will get X results. So for me, it was amazing because I'm not afraid of working hard or anything like that. I just did not have a system, a way to do things. And I strongly resisted going the traditional route of working for a Keller Williams or somebody like that and just diving into their systems, which do produce results, but not in the way and the lifestyle that I was wanting for me and my family. So, yeah, a little background.
Nice. Not in a way that you're like 4 minutes late for a call because you just added another 80,000 of income.
Yeah, pretty
and,
much.
and it really wasn't that back breaking hard.
No,
Yeah.
was not hard at all.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So when you first heard about myself and you're like, hey, I should maybe connect with this guy, Jonathan, and either come to the 3-day event or join the Freedom Club, you had, I'm assuming you had some hesitations. What were some of those hesitations and how did you get through those hesitations and do it anyway?
I think my computer just went out for a second there, but I heard you. Were you saying when I first got started, how did I just get myself to do the work?
Yeah, but even before that, like I'm sure as you're like searching around going, what kind of system can I get? Because there's all kinds of systems out there. And if
Yeah.
you come across myself and the complete proven signature system and the Freedom Club, you probably had some hesitations as
Mhm.
to like, should I really do this? Uh,
Yeah.
tell me about that and tell me why you still did it anyway.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was looking for. I knew I was looking for something that makes you a ton of money and that's easy and not traditional.
Mm.
So when I found Jonathan's system, I still didn't know if it would work or really anything because I hadn't met the guy at all. But I needed just enough information to get me to take a risk to go to the Ignite event and see for myself what it is. And so through conversations with him on the phone, some other people that already joined the club, I was able to come to a decision in my mind that okay, from what I've heard from other people and from Jonathan about the system, it's definitely worth going to check it out because it lined up with everything I was looking for. And it's actually fun. The tasks are easy; they're not hard. And they can produce ridiculous results. And he was an example of someone that had already produce the results that I want for myself. And the other part that was really great for me was I was going to a meeting with 18 to 20 people. Like we were going to have high end access to somebody that's done almost $400 million in real estate sales. There's nothing I saw that would give me that. So I spent 3 days in San Diego going to dinner with Jonathan, getting breakfast, getting lunch, talking all day, and having any and every question I could ever have about real estate answered in real time from somebody that has the results to give it. So that's why I went. And then once I was there for 3 days, it was an absolute no brainer that it was going to work out because it was what he said it was going to be. It wasn't, hey, this is going to be this, but you get there and it's no, it was that and then more in every level. So yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And so cool you can do this stuff without building a big team.
Oh yeah, it's small, simple, easy, lucrative, and fun, like you say. Yeah, I don't have to have assistants and junior agents. Like I can do, and I could probably do easily 25 million next year in my second year of doing the system in sales, and I would feel like I would not be working very hard.
Yeah.
So it just works.
Yay. Awesome. Okay, so once you said, all right, I'm in, let's do this, what kind of mental hurdles did you have to overcome to start getting some results?
Um, I the biggest thing for me before was not having a system. Like I was ready to go and excited. Uh, so mental hurdles would be um, just taking discipline to the next level, learning to live on a calendar that's got hour 30-minute segments, knowing that these tasks elicit this results, and that sometimes it does take time. I'll get a bunch of leads in my first year of doing business, and I'll do business, but it's just a snowball. I know in 2018, all the work I did in 2017 will be reflected in the money I make in 2018. So I just had to learn to put my head down and do the work consistently and not expect results day one. Although that there's, lots of ways that you can get results in the first week that you're doing what you're doing. It's just a matter of plugging into the system and just submitting to what's true and what already works and not trying to manipulate it or be lazy at any level.
Awesome. So why do you think some realtors slash most realtors make real estate so complex?
Um, I think because it's a business and it's a way to have a job. Most jobs people have and businesses people run are based on details and like being an engineer. I've got to have these facts and I've got to do this. And what's crazy about this business is there really is no overhead. It's just about helping people get what they already want. If you put yourself in the right position where those people will be, and if you know how to use the right language to truly help someone get what they want, then you can make a lot of money just helping people find their dream homes.
And is this system pretty simple?
Yeah, it's extremely simple. The hardest part about the system is the fact that it's not complicated. And so you think that you need to complicate it, but you just will screw yourself over the more that you do that. If you just do it and use the language, that's a game changer. I think the biggest thing for us and our biggest area where we're growing currently is just learning to master the language of how we talk to people the right way and truly help people get what they want without letting our own thoughts about how it should work or how business should go get in the way of that.
Yeah, it's so cool helping people that want your help and serving people that want your service, and like attracting those kind of people and then just repelling the people that want to chisel or want to do it for a lower commission or want to buy a $900,000 home for 700,000, right? It's like working with people that are interested in buying and selling at market price just makes life for me very fun. So for you, how does it feel now knowing that like you can sell high-end real estate like clockwork?
Yeah, it feels great. What's even better than that is just knowing I can get clients that want to use me that are all in high end price ranges. Uh,
Mm,
that's the biggest piece of confidence that I just have to go do a couple little tiny things of work, and I can go start building up a hopper as much as I want of people that want to buy or sell in a high end price range. We went from having zero listings, one buyer in December 2016 to now it's October 2017, and I think we have like seven active listings, and the lowest priced one is 600, and the next highest priced one is at like 750, all the way up to the millions. So, and then today I just got basically two new construction $1.2 million listings just through doing my tasks consistently over time, doing the correct follow up, lead stuff, and I mean he might even give us this other piece of land he has for that's 40,000 square feet in the heart of like the nicest area in Houston.
I thought
So, and then at 2 p.m. I've got another meeting with somebody that does even more business. So it's yeah, it's good.
virtual high five. Woo! Yeah, that's awesome. How has this complete proven signature system changed or impacted your family life?
Oh, it's been crazy. So I now take Fridays off so I can work open houses on the weekends, and I take a half day Thursday. And so now we're able to go out to the country with just my family, have some time. Whereas before I'm working every single day of the week, but it's not a sacrifice because with the system I'm actually working more in the right ways and getting more results than I ever had in my life. So it this is like an entrepreneur startup thing, but the lie of to be an entrepreneur, have to start a business, you got to work 100 hours a week to make money, or wait 3 years to make money. It's not true at all. I can work from
Yeah.
9 to 5 Monday through Wednesday, and then go 9 to 2 on Thursday, and then sit in some empty houses on the weekends and absolutely crush it
Mm,
without having to be here all the time. It's so yeah, no, the family life, that's the biggest part of this. That's the most important thing for me. And that was really the main reason at the end of the day why I wanted to take a risk and go with the system, because that's Jonathan's mindset. You can tell he created this system for his family, for the benefit of his family, and wanting to invest there more so than he wanted to invest in his career. So he structured it that way specifically. So it's lined up to benefit your family and give you more time with them. And that's really the main thing I love about it.
yeah. That's awesome. Well, yeah, it's one of the reasons the website is called profitsandpassions.com. And the reason it's called that is I really believe every realtor in America should be earning an additional $300,000 of income a year by doing this complete proven signature system. And if somebody is not, they just have the wrong system, right? So it's like if you're not making 300, 400, 500,000 a year doing residential real estate, I don't care where you're at, then you just don't have this system. And get plugged in. And yeah, so tell me, what's the atmosphere like inside of the Freedom Club? You know, it's limited to 52 realtors. And what's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's great. It's just a lot of encouragement. You've got brokers and realtors from across the United States, from New York to California to even Hawaii. you get to meet and interact with people in different areas. So there's a ton of synergy that you get to learn from other people's mistakes and experiences, and there's tons of sharing constantly throughout, even almost on a daily basis. You're hearing encouragement, or you're getting a new story of a new technique, how to make something even better. And so it's just a ton of synergy to really help continue to grow what you're doing, and feel like you're doing it with a group of people that are working the way you're working and trying to achieve some of the same goals and dreams. And then Jonathan also puts on a couple events a year just for the Freedom Club, with whether it's a implementation event where we all get together and just work together, or we all go out to a ranch together and hang out and just spend time together, growing and learning from each other. It's also just a lot of fun. It's not like other things. He really opens himself up, his family up, to becoming your friend, and cares that you and your family have success, and cares that y'all see the results. That's why he does what he does, is because he cares about helping other families achieve their goals and move forward in life. And so that's a part of the Freedom Club that you get that is just kind of an extra. So it's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yay. I'd,
Yeah.
I'd much rather build cool relationships than build acquaintances, you know?
Yeah.
And that's really what this whole system is about. It's not having a database of thousands of people. It's like, wow, let's focus on 200, but really let's focus on probably 25, and let's do life deep with them. And so why do you think the complete proven signature system and the Freedom Club works? I guess first off, why does it work so well to attract cool premium buyers and sellers? And then why does it work so well then for the realtor who implements it?
It works well for clients because we're just willing to do things for them that other realtors aren't willing to do, in terms of adding value to their life and their situation. And all those details are in the system, really, of a couple simple things that we do that are just different. It's not that they're expensive or so better, but it's just a different way of looking at how to help somebody buy or sell. And it makes people feel like royalty. And it's not that I have to put in so much extra effort than I was before. It's just how I do it, and a couple of different things that we tack on to the process. And then what was the other question?
How is it then effective for us? So for instance, some people might not know, but I mean, this is our initial consultation, or I guess in realtor speak, they call it, buyer presentation, seller presentation. Yeah, exactly. And it's so simple. It's not about I'm number one and I've sold 396 million of residential real estate and you'd be
Yeah. Okay.
able not to use me.
Yeah. So with this thought process and what we do in the Freedom Club, I get to go up against the biggest mega agents in the city of Houston, and I get to take their business from them. And it's not that I'm mean and whatever. I mean, this is competition. We're trying to grow our business, but when I put what we do up against what they do as a traditional realtor, as traditional realtors have been doing throughout forever, whatever, I absolutely smash these people in a nice way, to where the clients are going, how could I not use you? Like, this makes sense. Other realtors get people's business by saying, I'm a top producer, or I work for this company that has a brand, or I have a Tuesday morning meeting where I tell people that might have buyers too in our company, and so we'll get you off market stuff. All that is crap. Even the term area specialist makes no sense anymore with the internet, where I can press one button and touch every single agent in 2 seconds and tell them about my off market deal. So it's just breaking. You're able with the system to break traditional mindsets that buyers and sellers are just blinded to, because they don't know what they don't know. And when you give them that truth of information about what is and what isn't, these traditional agents can't use their crutches of these things that are kind of like fluffy clouds that aren't substantially helping them, and they choose to use you. So it doesn't matter if you've been doing real estate for 3 months or 30 years and you have never been able to break into that market. With the system, we break right into the market, and people fire their agents and they hire us. It just happens all the time. most of my listings are from other agents being fired.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like we're going after, but yes, I hear your point.
Yeah.
If somebody's got stuff signed, we don't do that. But it's the premise of, instead of suffocating people, instead of convincing people like you need to move because this market stat says this and my list to price ratio is this. It's like we start out with something so counterintuitive, which is like, hey, we're going to have mutual permission to reject. Like, I don't know, Mr. Seller, if you're even going to want to work with me. And if you don't, that's okay. Right? I mean, it's that simple, isn't it, Anderson?
Oh yeah, it's all very simple. It's just there's you come across in a certain way to clients that uh, other your competition is not coming across to them at all, and it is actually extremely refreshing to buyers and sellers, and it makes them want to go with you over anybody.
Yeah. It and for me, it's the example of like when somebody goes to Starbucks, they really don't want more information about Starbucks or about coffee. They just want to buy a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And the traditional realtor mindset is like, well, I got to prove to somebody I'm good enough. And it's like, no, you got to ask better questions, listen more, um, say, tell me more, which is behind me a little bit here, and be willing to do things not as a salesperson would, but just as a human would, right? Interact with humans like they're humans. And um, hey, so last question, and then if anybody's got any questions, they can text me and I'll ask them, or you can like raise your hand and we'll talk as well. But if you want to text me, it's 858-212-1245. And what is it like, Anderson, learning a system from somebody who's like myself, who's kind of been there, done that, and still does the system? How has that been helpful?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, you're a coach, but you still sell real estate all the time. So you're in it. You're also not stuck with old things. You're always looking into what's the new thing, if there is one, that will benefit yourself, but also us. So you stay on top of changes in marketing and new tactics, and you're always spending tens of thousands of dollars just to try these things out before you say, hey, y'all should all do this. And so it's kind of like you get to pave the way for us, and we just can work and get stuff done and make money. But you spend time as our coach kind of making sure we're not missing out on anything that's coming up. So we don't waste all of our time looking at shiny objects and not getting any work done, which is great.
Which is great. It's one of the reasons you were able to take a day and a half off a week where you really check out. You're an hour and a half out of town during that time period. So
Yeah.
awesome. What would you tell that person who's like watching this and they're like, yeah, but like I've done other coaching programs before, or there's other people that say build a big team, or they're just going to say work harder, work more. Once you get 50 leads, then get 100 leads a month, and and what makes this different, and why should they make the decision to, like, well, I guess what makes it different?